Hershey's Kiss gill plate, the stripes.
The bass family, they have all stripes?
No,
Just talk about the family first.
There are hard bones, medium activity. So you would do a up and over cut. The hard bones are good for stock.
Because they have hard bones, they're good for stock, or because it's medium activity?
Because it's medium activity fish, and that has it's good for stock. It's not oil.
We're waiting, is it listening?
That's, yes. That's it for that.
Good.
For that.
All right, then we start with the individual species.
This is a striped bass.
Where does it live?
It lives in the Atlantic. It lives in the Atlantic.
You all agreeing with that? Are all of you agreeing with that? The striped bass? Anadromous.
10 grams. So,
You can catch it right here at the Hudson River.
Didn't do that part. I did that for the homework.
its distinctive markings are the continuous stripes right here, the hybrid, which is this one right here.
Pick it up so we can see.
The hybrid right here, it doesn't have continuous lines, there's breaks in the line. There's also a farm raised in the southern part of the United States, according to the book.
No, okay, bring that back. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Has 2 dorsal fins, the square, I'm drawing a blank at the rear fin.
The rear fin, the tail fin, the caudal fin.
Quarter. 8 to 18 ways.
If you guys hear something he's not saying right, I want to see some hands. Because otherwise you just tell me he's correct. Okay, all right, he raised his hand.
Have continuous dorsal fin.
No.
Split.
They have 2 dorsal fins.
Yeah, 2 dorsal fins.
And then there are some exceptions when we go to some of the other species. Okay, but now tell me a little bit more about the hybrid bass. Where does it grow? Where does it live? Well, you kind of said that already.
Yeah, it's farm raised.
Farm raised,
Farm
okay.
raised in the
Now,
south.
who's the father? Who's the mother? It's hybrid.
Yeah, the sea bass and the white bass.
It's not out there.
What?
We don't have it.
Yeah, the white bass.
White sea bass and
The wild sea bass.
the wild striped bass.
Wild striped bass. Wild striped bass.
Okay, put it back down. You cannot draw that many blanks when you do that. Practice better tomorrow. Okay, who else? Who else? Finish that category of all the things he did not mention, plus you cover the other species as well.
Okay, so you want me to start with a different one,
Or you want to, you can start with the category again. Did
Okay.
we do the whole thing, or did you forget something? Something, over, it's yours, the floor is yours.
Okay. As you know, it's the bass family. They have the 2 dorsal fins usually.
Everybody knows the key component is.
The Hershey gill plate, the Hershey gill plate, Hershey Kiss gill plate.
Going back to the striped
Going
sea
back to the
bass.
striped sea bass, they have the
Tag.
hook, the tag, shows that it's properly fished. by a licensed fisherman.
Where's this one coming from?
This one?
Check the
Read the
tag.
Read the tag.
Oh, read the tag. Coastal. It doesn't say where. Doesn't say. It just says coastal. BMRC.
Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. Okay. So
So,
the coast of Virginia.
about 2 weeks ago, we had them from Maryland. Last week, we had them from Delaware. Now we have them from Virginia. So what does that mean? What does that mean?
It's going down. It's going to Florida.
So that means that there are seasons, and the season is not necessarily by time, it's by the tonnage being fished.
Okay.
So once they reach that limit,
Then they move.
they seal and then they move.
Because they don't want it
That
to
is
go.
with this particular species. With other species, it might work different.
Okay, so it has the solid continuous black stripe line, which shows you that it's distinctive. It's a distinctive mark. Okay, moving on to the red snapper. You can tell it's a red snapper by the black eyeliner.
Black eyeliner.
Contrast to the.
In contrast to the vermilion. And it has one
Dorsal.
dorsal fin, continuous dorsal fin.
Okay. How
If
do
there's
we know-
also-
How do we know that's a red snapper?
Because of the black eyeliner. And there's also two different classes, two different types of the snapper. One being the vermilion, and the other one I looked at and I drawn a blank. Silk, yes.
There are more versions,
Right.
like that. There's also, like in Hawaii, you have the Upaka Papa,
Yellow.
and then you have Onama.
Okay.
So the family of snappers is fairly big. But there's only one true red snapper, that's what the black ring. The other ones have very similar color tones, reddish, but the silk snapper or the vermilion snapper, they have a little bit some yellow in there.
Okay.
So sometimes you get some rainbow colors in there. But they all have that reddish base, like here today it's a little bit more pinkish. Sometimes it's a little deeper red, but they all have those additional marks, but they all have a continuous dorsal fin.
Right. Okay. Moving on, we have the black sea bass. It has
Say, what's the market for it for them?
the market form.
In the round. In the round.
In the, no.
In the
In the
round.
round. Drawn.
Okay.
Um,
How do we recognize that black sea bass?
it has the continuous.
What color are those spots?
Oh, they're grayish white,
Yeah.
and it's black. So
Anything different on the head?
it doesn't have.
Pick it up. Become friends with them, because you need to know about it.
Right.
Anything distinctive? Not really,
Not really.
right? What's the cooking method for that?
Shell poach.
You can poach it. Salt. You could saute it, but
Not hot. You could saute it.
could you smoke it?
If it,
Or not really?
why wouldn't we smoke that? You could, you can do anything you want to. Why wouldn't we smoke that?
Would it fall apart?
Because of the oil, it doesn't have a high oil content.
When you want to smoke fish, fish with a higher oil content is best suited for smoking.
So that would be best for salmon.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is what oil content, what's the activity level?
Medium. So.
So I would not smoke that.
Okay.
But cooking method. What you said, shallow poach is okay, but this would be more suited for it.
Right.
Because it's very delicate and so forth. Here the flesh is fairly firm. So we could also saute, perhaps grill, and some other dry heat, well, not all dry heat cooking methods because you don't want to deep fry that,
Right.
pan fry. So sauteing, poaching is okay. But, and you could poach either deep poach or shallow poach. Because you would make,
Medium.
you could, no, because you could make a sauce with it.
Right.
We're using the bones for stock. Deep poaching, usually we use a species like this, but if you have another firm, larger species, like this, and here, you could poach them, but those are not the best suited cooking methods. So when there's a test and it says, what's the best cooking methods? Pick one or two which they are best suited for. So therefore, I would say sauteing would be good.
Okay.
Grilling might be okay.
Okay.
Okay? I would not lean so much towards the poaching here.
Right.
Low activity, more so.
Okay.
Okay? So, then we have a couple more.
Moving on, we have the hybrid sea bass.
Hybrid what?
I just had it in my, I don't know why I said, the hybrid,
Striped bass.
striped bass. It's mother and father being the, striped sea,
Wild. Wild striped bass.
striped bass.
Wild striped bass.
And the mother being the, white, white sea bass.
Take a break. You're getting,
I'm like over,
yeah,
I get nervous.
Okay, don't get nervous.
Okay.
They're your friends.
I know.
They don't know everything. So don't get nervous in front of your friends. Or in front of me. No reason for that. Okay, put it down.
I can name those two.
Well, I got
If that'll-
somebody else now.
bonus
Somebody else. That's
Bonus
fine.
points.
So who else did not? Everybody else presented yesterday?
Did I name them?
All right. Who struggled yesterday? Done bad. Oh, that's okay.
Mark.
That's one way to learn. All right, you tell us about the next two. Family, everything else we need to know.
This is the Mediterranean sea bass or the Bronzino.
How do you know? We never had that yet. This is the first day we have it.
Told us.
So you did some homework, you did some research, very good. All right, tell me about the Bronzino.
It's got a dark upper body, light belly. As with all bass, it has the Hershey gill plate from
Cooking method.
grill it, poach it,
You could grill it.
saute it.
You could. Well, one of the things I would like to do with that is, you remember yesterday when you butterflied the trout? I would butterfly that fish, then put some herbs in there, some garlic, a lot of herbs, little olive oil, brush it all the way around, put that on the grill very carefully. You're gonna have the best fish you ever had. But for the cooking method, grilling, sauteing is good.
And then here we have the Dorad,
Dorad,
or
also known as,
sea breed.
where does that live?
Coral?
Lives in
I think it doesn't live in coral. It lives in coral and it sticks its head out. It lives in coral and it sticks its head out for the other eye. I remember that.
All right. Does it live in South Africa? Does it
Oh.
live in Brazil? Does it live
I'm gonna go with Atlantic.
warm water, cold water? Atlantic?
I'm gonna go with
Pacific?
Atlantic. Cause yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlantic because it's part of the bass family. I'm gonna assume they all live together.
Okay, you'll find it in the Atlantic, yeah.
and it has the distinctive black spot by its eye, so when it sticks its head out, the predators think it has two eyes and it's a bigger fish.
And if you look in the mouth, are the teeth a little bit different from the other fish?
Yeah, it has layered teeth in the back.
Like about layered teeth. Look at the other fish, see what the teeth do there.
As the teeth, numbs,
Yeah.
the little like,
Bubbles.
yeah, they're like very tiny.
Mhm.
They're like sharp.
It has an eyebrow.
A little bit different from the other species. Color?
The light upper body, light gray, not that dark.
More important, bluish.
Hands count.
Then, what else? Key mark. In the head. What is this? A little stripe across. Okay, show it to him, maybe he can help you. That marking across the front nose, the top of nose, the forehead? Yeah.
Dented forehead.
Uh-huh.
What'd you say?
Dented forehead.
Well, it's not so much dented, it has that white stripe there.
Okay. I was looking at the notes that were on the board.
Okay. But this is a very key mark to identify that species. All right. Thank you.
Do you like me to continue here?
No, I want to hear from somebody else. Come on over, Lisa. You guys need to know that. You don't have many more days. This is day 4. When is the ID test?
Wednesday.
27.
Right? You got a long weekend and you're all gonna go out parties, think of everything except cooking. So Monday, we're gonna start off like day 1, right?
Yeah.
No chef, that's a good answer.